If you work at Western Digital and you've received equity compensation or accumulated a meaningful stake in WD shares over the past several years, you're probably feeling pretty good right now. As you should.
Here, Western Digital is up nearly 300%. Look at that.
The second best performer is Western Digital, up almost 88% for the quarter.
Eye-popping, jaw-dropping gains.
It's been an incredible ride. The stock was trading below $29 as recently as April 2025. As we close in on the end of January 2026, it's trading near $280 a share. Restricted stock compensation has ballooned for many employees, expanding personal balance sheets and boosting confidence. But as the value has steadily increased, so have the questions about what comes next. Because the same thing that builds wealth can also quietly and substantially increase risk. In this video, I'm going to walk through a real-world case study of a Western Digital executive client we've worked with to reduce concentration risk, diversify their portfolio, manage taxes, and strengthen their balance sheet, all with their goals in mind. If you're new here, I'm Dave Wagner. I'm a CFA, CPA, and CFP, and I've worked with families building substantial wealth for nearly 2 decades. And if you're not new, welcome back. Now let's jump into the case study. The situation itself wasn't uncommon. A high-performing executive with a spouse and children at home, strong W-2 income with deferred equity compensation layered in. What made it unusual was the scale. The equity portion of compensation grew exponentially to the point where shares vesting over a calendar year dwarfed their actual salary. A large portion of net worth became concentrated in WD shares, some vested, some unvested. Much of it with significant unrealized gains built in. On the surface, the focus was understandable. Net worth was rising quickly, seemingly by the day. But underneath that growth was a structural issue. Their career, paycheck, unvested shares, and investment portfolio were all tied to the same company and industry. Net worth was climbing, but so was single stock risk and future tax exposure. This wasn't about being pessimistic on Western Digital. It came down to a few simple questions. What happens if the stock struggles at the same time income becomes less predictable? Would long-term financial goals be significantly impacted if WD shares pulled back? At what point does your financial life become too dependent on a single outcome? Ultimately, the client felt strongly that diversification was necessary to introduce predictability and reduce over-reliance on a single asset. The goal was not to sell everything. The goal was to create flexibility. We wanted to reduce concentration, introduce liquidity, and do it in a way that was intentional and tax aware. That meant treating taxes, investments, cash flow, and even legacy planning as one integrated decision, all while staying focused on long-term priorities. Buying a home, saving for retirement, supporting their children's future, and continuing their philanthropic intentions.